Hi guys. This is a sort of an update of what how I'm dealing and how I'm doing with the mental problems that I have, schizophrenia, and um, it's basically where I'm at now. It's just a testimony. It's psychology versus Christianity, modern psychology, and in my opinion, I strongly believe that modern psychology has failed. Um, I know there's some answers that you can't find there, and I know that when you find the answers that you were looking for in Christianity, that um, your whole world just opens up. You see things differently, and it's all for the better. I went for the past few years. I went really, really deep into psychology. The reason was I had a word from a reliable source and someone who's a scholar, a biblical scholar, and he said that he understood I had psychological problems, and he said if you follow, basically you can kind of grasp and understand and take some of the psychology stuff as long as you know that that the Bible is the authoritative word and that anything contrary to it is not. So that was like the deep conviction that I had, or belief that I had, that psychology was okay. So I went really, really deep into it, and some of the things, a big part of what I was practicing was the two coping methods. I forget the names, but one's a problem-solving coping mechanism to help you solve your problems. The other one is a coping mechanism to help you get through the uncomfortable feelings, emotions, and thoughts that you might have to go through, get comfortable enough to go through them. Um, Basically, what it did, I'd wake up every morning and I'd just I'd say, okay, I know what I got to do mentally to try to get through this day, because I was learning so much from psychologists and their understanding of life and their understanding of the mind and the human being, and I took all that in and I accepted it and I practiced it, and for the past 2 years about, and it put my mind in a cage. Basically, it was when you think there's no answers except for psychology, and that you're not going to find any answers to your problems except through psychology. It was a defeat for me. When you open your mind and your heart to God and His Word and what He says about life and what He says about your future, it just opens your eyes to a whole new world. You see your future in a better way. You see your life now. You see the present in a better way. You see every day as a gift from God, and that life is time and time is life, and it's one of our most valuable resources is time, and just to use it in a productive way. And I realized that I had strayed because I knew that being suicidal every day was not obviously what God wanted. If God's love, then why would He want that, right? So I knew that I had strayed from God, and I needed to turn back to Him and understand things the way that He wanted me to understand them, from His point of view on my life and the world and people and God. And some of the things I practiced contrary to psychology, what took its place was um, just psychology deals a lot with the mind, and biblical um, word deals with the heart and the spirit and the mind. And it just it was better to look at things that way than it was to just think. However, I'm not sure if psychology thinks we're just a mind and that's our brain and that's all we are. I'm sure some people believe it, but um, it was just um, I got filled with hope and faith and love, and I knew I needed to get connected back with God and reconnected with other Christians, because life is just better to do. We're supposed to do things with other believers and our brothers and our sisters, and we're not meant to do life alone. I don't think anyone's meant to do. No one's meant to do life alone. It's just better to do it with people, you know. And loneliness sucks, you know. So I think anybody can understand that. Right now, I'm just looking forward to my future. It just looks like it's gonna be a fulfilling future, and I haven't had this for years, because I was just trapped in the mindset of modern psychology, and it doesn't it doesn't give you the hope that the gospel gives you. It doesn't. You know, I know, for example, I'm gonna start go to school for culinary art, because I've had a desire to do it, and for a long time it's somewhere I got deterred, and I know I need to get back on that, and I know it's going to be fulfilling, not just from the perspective of just like, you know, it's going to be a job I like, and it's going to be hard work, and it's going to be fulfilling that way, but it's also fulfilling because it's a calling, and God's calling on your life, so you know that you have purpose. You know, your life has purpose, and it's the most profound purpose, because it's God saying this is the purpose of your life. So if you're dealing and struggling with having no purpose, then God really helps you with that a lot. And I'm just right now experiencing joy and peace and love. I think love is the best, because my heart was turning kind of hard, and I think love is just a great feeling after your heart's been hard for a while, when you really don't want it to be hard, but it just becomes that way. And to be able to really love people the way that you want to love them, and the way that you want to love God, is just